Okay, so let me start with the topic. Are you both here?
Yes, ma'am.
Great. So let me start with the topic imperative. Yeah. You already have an idea when we discussed the timing thing. Sorry, not timing, the direction thing. I already gave you an idea that if we have to make request or advice or instructions, then imperative sentences come into use. Yeah. But that time we only discussed the informal, sorry, the formal you के साथ हमने बनाया था gehen Sie, fahren Sie. So there was only one verb, gehen or a fahren, because in order to give direction, these two verbs is only important. But right now we'll be learning about how we make the imperative of all the verbs, all the important verbs, and how we make sentence with it, right? So the first thing says, these sentences are used to give instructions or advice or command or lastly a request. So there are four uses of imperative verbs: command, request, advice, and instruction. Eine Bitte. Bitte means request. Ein Befehl. Befehl is command. Oder ein Ratschlag. Ratschlag is suggestion. Yeah. Ausdrücken. Ausdrücken means to express. So when we have to express a request, a Befehl, a command, Ratschlag, that is, wait, I mentioned it. Yeah. Ein Ratschlag. Here, Ratschlag means your suggestion. So when we have to talk about these three things, we use imperative. Now, whenever we use imperative, we always use in second person, because order, request, instruction, and advice, it can be given to only a second person. I can give request or I can make command to Sana, yeah, but I can't say that Sana, please ask Revati to close the door. I won't do that. If I have to make somebody close my door, then I would tell her directly that Revati, please close the door. Yeah, please do the homework. I will not say that Revati, please ask Sana to do her homework. I won't say that. So normally advice, instruction, command and request has been, or we do it with second person only. So German may there are three second persons, as is you, informal you, plural you, that is ear, and there is a formal you. So in these three things, we have to make imperative sentences. Yeah, formal you में, that is Z wala part, informal you, that is do, and plural you, that is ear. So इन्हीं तीन चीजों में और इन्हीं तीन subject के साथ we can make imperative sentences in German. Second person के अलावा we don't make imperative sentences. Remember. अब यहाँ पे I have three examples, and these three examples are the example of imperative. So first statement says, Mach bitte die Hausaufgabe. Mach bitte die Hausaufgabe. Haben Sie bitte Geduld. Lies den Text 4. Lies den Text 4. So the first order says, do the homework. Do the homework. Yeah. That means Mach bitte die Hausaufgabe. Haben Sie bitte Geduld. It's a instruction that, or it's like a request that have patience. Haben Sie bitte Geduld. And then leave den Text 4. That means read the text. So I have here three forms of sentences. This first sentence, which you can see here on screen, this is a do sentence. Like we are talking to informal. This is a formal you sentence. The same you do. And this is the, this is again do sentence. So let's see why the verbs are changing. Why we are not adding st, t like that, or why we are not adding the endings when it comes to do part, informal part. So every regular verbs has a rule to make it imperative. Firstly, we have to write the conjugation of that verb with do. For example, I have taken a verb geben. So geben, this is the word for geben. The conjugation of geben with do is du gibst. So after I'll write the conjugation with do, I'm going to remove the st part and I'm going to make sentence with give. So agar if I have to ask Sana that Sana give me the book. So Sana ko I will say give Mir das book. Why Mir? I'll tell you because geben is a dative verb. Geben is a dative verb and Mir I'll tell you afterwards. But just an example. Why geben has become give? Because I'm talking to Sana and she's I'm talking to her in do informal, and I have to make an imperative sentence here because I am asking her to give me a book. That's a request. Sana, give me a book. Give me the book. So give का verb is given and do का जो conjugation होता है given के साथ, that is gibst. Given is a irregular verb, so you need to learn the conjugation. So मैंने सिर्फ यहाँ पे do का conjugation लिखा है. Do का conjugation gibst होता है and imperative ये कहता है कि जब भी आप do में कोई sentence बनाओ imperative में informal के साथ सिंगुलर में यू हैव टू मार्क द st पार्ट एंड आपका जो वर्ब बच जाएगा वो होगा वो हमारा दैट विल बी आवर वर्ब, उससे हम सेंटेंस बनाएंगे. एक तो वर्ब आपने चलो गिवन आपके लिए नया वर्ब था लर्नन. लर्नन आपने किया है. डू का होता है लर्नस्ट. इश ल्याना डू लर्नस्ट. So in order to make it imperative हम इसका st पार्ट हटा देंगे, बन गया लर्न. तो अगर मुझे अब रेवती को बोलना है रेवती प्लीज लर्न द चलो यहाँ पे एक सेंटेंस बनाते हैं फॉर रेवती जिसमें मैं रेवती को बोल रही हूँ टू लर्न द वोकैबुलरी. तो अब मैं रेवती को इंस्ट्रक्शंस दे रही हूँ कि रेवती प्लीज लर्न द वोकैबुलरी एंड रेवती सिंगल पर्सन यू मैं इनफॉर्मल में बोल रही हूँ तो आई वुड से लर्न बिटर डास Wortschatz. Vocabulary को Wortschatz कहते हैं जर्मन में. So lern bitte das Wortschatz and it will be like a hyphen. The imperative sentences always ends with this exclamation mark, remember. So how did I make lern? Because I had first the conjugation of do lernst किया मैंने. st part हटाया, जो बच गया वो हमारा imperative form है. Lern का imperative form है. Lernen का imperative form है lern. So I would just make lern bitte das Wortschatz. So this is how we do it. Do. Now. This is the verb you have to remember. I have here mark का marked का mark कर दिया मैंने, comst का com कर दिया, fraxed का frag कर दिया. So can you see that how when we are using imperative when with do form, that is the informal you singular, how we are making the verb into imperative by removing the st part? Can you see it? Have you understood this thing? How we are making the imperative part?
Yes.
Okay. There are some verbs which, for example, I had given only two. Yeah, apart from these two, you there would be if other verbs in the book you have to do, otherwise इसका कोई अलग से नहीं पढ़ना है हमें. Reden means to talk, arbeiten means to work. So normally देखा जाए तो reden का जो do form होता है, reden का जो do form होता है वो होता है do redest. So according to the rule हमें यहाँ से st part हटाना होता है तो हमारे पास बच जाता है raider. Yeah, तो इसका हमारा imperative बना raider. So you have to learn it that raidest का होता है raider and arbeiter is again another verb जिसका conjugation होता है do arbeitest. So इसका भी अगर हम st part remove कर देंगे तो we'll be having arbeiter. That means this is the imperative of arbeiter. Now I'm giving you a verb. Let me know कि उसका imperative क्या होगा and how do we make the sentence. My sentence is please cook pizza. So this is my sentence, and I'm making this sentence to Sana. I'm requesting her to Sana, please make a pizza, cook a pizza. So the verb that we have here is kochen. How do we make the imperative, Sana, of kochen?
It will be cook.
Okay, Normally the coxt is this conjugation. So we remove the st part to make cock. Now, how would you make the sentence, Sana?
Cock with a pizza.
Very good. So you would say cock bitter the pizza. You can add the article, you can remove the article, doesn't make. Cock bitter the pizza. So it's a imperative sentence for me to her. Yeah. Now, this same sentence we can also make it formal. Now, if Sana has to request something to me that, ma'am, could you please like repeat something. तो repeat को हम कहते हैं ना German में the word for is repeat is wiederholen. So wiederholen means to repeat. Now you would say that, ma'am, if I have to tell you to repeat something and I have to make the sentence in formal, I don't want to make the sentence in do because you are my teacher, so I have to make the sentence formal. So the formal imperative is very easy. You have to do nothing. You have to just put the verb, whole verb in the first place. Like for example, wiederholen, and then you have to put Z, and then wiederholen Sie den Satz. That means, ma'am, please repeat the sentence. So making imperative sentence informal, formal is the easiest thing to do. Now the same sentence if I have to make informal, formal में, तो आप कैसे बोलोगे रेवती? सेम जैसे सना ने बनाया कॉक बिटर द पिज्जा, मुझे इसी को बनाना है फॉर्मल में. How would you do it?
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yeah, Sana.
In the sentence, like the wiederholen ones, and that can we add bitter?
Wiederholen Sie, yeah, that's bitter is like if you want to make a request, you can add bitter, not an issue. Wiederholen Sie bitter than Satz. Yeah. So my Revati second question was to you that Sana made an informal Satz with Kochen. I want you to make the same sentence with formal, imperative formal. How would you do it?
Question
Yeah.
Question better.
It is Kochen. It's Kochen, not Kochen. Kochen.
Kochen. See better the pizza.
Very good. Kochen the pizza. So you know that now you saw that making regular verbs into imperative is easy. And if I have to use that regular verb in order to make a formal sentence, then it's also is easy. We just have to put the verb in the first place, then we have to put the you, formal you, and then the rest of